Hi, I'm Taylor with Sanova Dermatology, and we are so excited that you've joined us today for our cool sculpting presentation. We're going to be talking everything body contouring today, so get super excited. Also, there is a questions box at the bottom. If you hit that, you're able to ask any questions that you may have, and we're going to have a live Q&A later in the presentation. And that'll be a great time for you to get your questions answered, and we'll have someone here to answer them live. That's exciting. Also, we're going to go over the best deals that we've ever offered on Cool Sculpting, as well as give you more information about our raffle. So don't miss it. Stick around. The presentation's about to start.
Cool Sculpting is a non-invasive treatment that targets pockets of fat and freezes them. Your body gets rid of them permanently and naturally.
Cool Sculpting is a popular body contouring procedure that is non-invasive. It's for localized, pinchable fat that is resistant to diet and exercise. And what makes it stand out from the rest is it uses a thing called cryolipolysis. And what that means is that we're freezing the fat cells until cell death. So they die, your lymphatic system flushes them away, and they're gone. They don't come back. Sculpting is best for pinchable fat that is resistant to diet and exercise. So we can treat the abdomen, the love handles, the bra fat, upper arms, inner and outer thighs, and the double chin that we all hate so much.
Technically, there's no downtime. I always tell my patients to go about their day with their normal routine. I also encourage them to work out because that will help break down the fat cells. Results are not immediate. Full results are typically 4 to 6 months after the treatment. It's very important to complete your treatment plan to see your best results.
When you come in for your consultation, we will discuss expectations. Because Cool Sculpting is a wonderful procedure, but keep in mind, it's not like liposuction. We're not going in to take out as much fat as we possibly can. It's only for the pinchable area. And imagine it's like holding a potato peeler and you're smoothing out a lump. Each time that we do a treatment, it will take away about 25% of that lump. So generally, I like to do it at least 2 times. Some people might need a 3rd treatment on any specific area. But keep those realistic expectations in mind. And it's a wonderful procedure. There's no downtime. You can get up and go to the gym immediately after the treatment, and there's no pain or discomfort. And then you just come back in 3 months and we'll take after pictures to see your results. So this is my model, Nathaniel. Nathaniel, how does it feel?
Fine.
Does it hurt at all?
Not at all.
Is it cold?
No, not really. I mean,
It's numb, right?
yes.
Excellent. And it's only 35 minutes.
Great, because I got places to be.
Thank you so much for watching our presentation. We hope that you learned a little bit more about Cool Sculpting, and we're about to answer some of your questions live. So more great information about non-invasive Cool Sculpting on the way. Also, there's still more time to ask questions, so put them in the questions box. What we do want to talk about now, what's super important, is you need to grab a consultation because we're going to be offering the biggest discounts we've ever offered on Cool Sculpting. It's so good, we can't even tell you how good it is. That's how good it is. So schedule your consultation now. On that note, you're going to receive a text message, and if you respond yes, it will alert us that you want to consult, and we'll get you scheduled for that. Also, the raffle. Duh, we know you want to talk about it. The raffle, we are going to pick our winner and contact them via phone on Monday of next week. So maybe you're going to be that lucky winner. Stick around for the live Q&A, and we thank you so much for joining us today. Hi, everyone. It's me, Taylor. I work in marketing for Sanova Dermatology, and I'm so pumped that we were able to chat with you and share a little bit of information about Cool Sculpting. And I am going to be joined in just a second by one of our fantastic estheticians at our Old Metairie location in Louisiana, Bridget Raymond. Just to give you a background for a moment, we have been doing Cool Sculpting at Sanova Dermatology for over 5 years now. We've seen so many great results, as you saw in those before and after photos. Those are our before and after photos, like from Sanova Dermatology. Those aren't ones that are provided by the company. Those are results from the patients that we've seen in the office, and some of them were in as few as a single treatment. But it's a perfect time for you to learn a little bit more. Let's see here. I'm looking at our questions right now while we wait for our esthetician to join. There she is. Hi, Bridget.
Hello.
Hello, hello. I was talking you up while we were waiting for you about how fantastic you are.
That's nice. Thanks.
Yeah. And again, she practices at our Old Metairie location. I did want to mention before we got deep into these questions, we do offer Cool Sculpting at quite a few locations, especially in Texas. We offer it at our Bee Cave location. That would be April, our esthetician there. Our Dripping Springs location is Angie, who you saw in the video. She also practices at our Central Austin location. North Austin would be Misty Gray, our aesthetic RN. Pflugerville would be Amy, who you also saw in the presentation. And then we have Caitlin at our Steiner Ranch location. And then our lovely Bridget at Old Metairie in Louisiana, which is very conveniently located in the centralized area of New Orleans. So let's get down to business, Bridget. Let's talk about some things here. How many areas can be treated in a single session?
Well, that depends on how long you're willing to hang around. I can do, abdomen, flanks, arms, so several actually.
Yeah, and these treatments are only 35 per portion. Lots of words to use to describe it. So I mean, it really honestly depends on how much time you have to hang out. And the little birdie told me that a lot of people will bring their laptop, bring their phone, their iPad, they'll watch Netflix, they'll work. So I mean, you would say that basically every patient says that this treatment is completely comfortable, right?
Yeah, sometimes I'll leave the room, I dim the lights, I have something to stream movies, and people do bring their own systems in. But sometimes they just fall asleep. It's great.
I mean, any opportunity for me to both do some body sculpting and take a little nap sounds great to me. Let's see here. I know the answer to this one. It's kind of a trick question, but how many treatments will it take?
On average 2, and some people may need a third one, but it's 4 to 6 months out that you're still seeing improvement.
Yeah, definitely. And I know, and I'm going to preach this, and I always do, But consultation is key, because that's where you're with this procedure specifically as well, because what you're going to do when you go in and see someone who's fantastic and amazing like Miss Bridget here, you're going to be talking about the goals and the areas of your concern, and she'll be able to let you know, hey, this is something that I think would really be effective to be treated with cool sculpting, or hey, this is something that may not be effective. But by doing that, you're able to create a treatment plan, and that treatment plan allows you to be able to decipher how many treatments you're going to need in order to reach those top goals. And just to make a really quick variation of what Bridget said, 2 treatments is usually the best way to go about your cool sculpting treatment plan, coming in for 2 sessions. After the second treatment, there was an average of 73% increased fat reduction over the initial treatment. I mean, 73% extra is, on average, is amazing. So, and then 82% of patients after that second treatment said that it met or exceeded their expectations of their cool sculpting treatment. And that's the most important thing that we want to focus on, is making sure that you're feeling confident and excited about the results, because we know that they can happen. We showed them. A great question. Do I need to be at my ideal body weight to start doing cool sculpting?
Not necessarily, no. I mean, if anything, this will, encourage weight loss, because you will be able to see a difference, and it's just unbelievable. But I wouldn't say if you're excessive, then I would advise possibly to try to get closer to your goal weight. But you don't have to be perfect. I'm going to make you perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah.
But I do love the idea of that. And I will know from personal experience that I know that have gotten the procedure done, that it was an incentive for them after getting the treatment done, that they felt like it kind of encouraged them to continue their diet or weight loss journey or fitness journey. And that helped amplify those results, because it's not something, as it says, this is not a diet. This is not it is a fat reduction treatment, but it is not a weight loss treatment, which is super important to mention. Let's see, we kind of talked about this already, but how long after treatment will I begin to see results?
I'd say within a month or so. You might have a little swelling. I personally, I had a little swelling, and the next day it was gone. But within a month or so, you're starting to see a difference.
Definitely. And I do know that cool sculpting, although it may be a little frustrating, is kind of a bit of a waiting game, because it does take time. They talked about the process earlier. It freezes the fat. It has to naturally flush out of your system. And so that does take time. And that's why, even if you're scheduled for your second treatment and your follow-up and you're not seeing just like phenomenal results, that may be that your results are still in the process of developing, and you have a full treatment plan that you're supposed to be following through with. So you got to stay consistent. Another one, is cool sculpting permanent?
Well, yes. I mean, it's once those fat cells die off, they're gone. They're not all gone. Liposuction does that kind of thing. But yes, it is permanent. But if you gain weight, you will gain weight a little differently, because you will never gain weight the same in that particular area, because we have decreased the number of fat cells. So sometimes the fat may want to go somewhere else. But that is where you will be encouraged to maintain your weight. If you're going to take the time and spend the money on this and you see the result, you want to keep it.
I love that. No, for sure. You want to make sure that you're keeping up with everything. We've answered this before, but is cool sculpting painful?
The only thing that I can say is whenever you first apply it, in that initial point, whenever it starts to freeze, you get a little stinging sensation. But by the time you are concerned, it's gone and it's just numb.
I like that. This is a very vague question, but who is a candidate for cool sculpting?
Well, not everyone. And I am quicker to say no than I am to say yes, because I want you to have a good experience and a good outcome. There are some medical conditions that we do a background medical review on you for a couple of things. But if you are excessive weight, it sometimes just isn't worth it. That's whenever you'd have to, minimize your weight a bit. There are a few issues, but overall, most people can have it. but we do check. And I do need to make sure that you understand that it is a process.
I love that. And one thing I will say that I really appreciate about you, as well as all of the providers at Sanova Dermatology, is that we're going to do what's best for you and not encourage you to do something that's not going to be beneficial for you. So that's
Right.
really important. And I love that you said that. This is an interesting question. I've had multiple here that mention stuff about how do you tell the difference, or what do you do, or I guess can cool sculpting assist with loose skin, or how do you tell the difference between fat or loose skin?
Well, I mean that's relatively easy. You can see the skin elasticity if you have that little. I mean, you can almost pull your skin, and if it bounces back, you can tell how much elasticity you might have. I see quite a few people that have had children, and then they have that loose skin, and they still have that little bit of fat underneath there. That is in fact pinchable. I can help that, but the problem is if you have your skin is too laxed, and we will remove the fat, then we create another problem, where the skin may become more lax. But it's just really more of a pinch test. Whenever we go to squeeze you, because we do squeeze you a lot, um, you can tell. And I put a person in front of a mirror. I'm standing on side of them. You're as hands on as I am, so we learn together.
I love that. I
Hopefully.
love that. Does age have any influence in cool sculpting treatments?
Not necessarily, but some hormonal factors can come in, or certain medications. But I've treated from 20s to 80s, and I was surprised at the older people did even better, quicker. So I was shocked. But
I like that.
but we have a wide variety that can do it and do it.
I love that. Okay, so this is a really interesting question. If I do one session and 3 sessions are suggested, will the one session still be effective?
You will see a difference. Like if for some reason you started and then life just gets in your way and you are unable to come back, you will continue to see a difference. But in order to have the true a great outcome, you'd need to do at least two, because usually the first session is more about debulking, and then the second one is more about the definition. So, and then sometimes you need that third one just to push it. And that's usually on the lower abdomen. That's usually where I see people need the third one, but not all the time.
I love that. And I'm going to take this question. Does the consultation cost? It does not. I will say that we are going to request that if you are interested, that we place a deposit to lock in the discount, because the discount's amazing and we don't want you to miss out on it. But the consultation is free, so there's no stress involved in that. Let's see. Does cool sculpting help with cellulite?
I'm not going to say no. I mean, it can maybe even possibly make it appear. It just depends. That's a tough one, because I wish that it did. I can't guarantee it, but no.
There's
No.
there's different treatments for different things, and this is focusing specifically on fat reduction in specific areas. So that is a trick question. Every patient is different, so everyone's going to respond differently. Right. I've heard that upper arms are less dramatic with result, or ooh, that's hard. Words are hard. I've heard upper arms are less dramatic with results. Is that still accurate?
Wait, now, is it less with results?
Yes.
The arms do pretty well, believe it or not. The arm with the laxity of the skin, that's a tricky area that you really do have to pay attention to. But no, the arms do really well, from what I've seen. But if you're not a good candidate, I'm not doing it.
I know, right? I like that. I told you, she's my favorite. Okay, so this is a good question, and I'm not sure if you need to physically show us, or I don't even know if you're have the little thing nearby you. What is considered one area in treatment?
Sorry.
She's pulling out her goods here. You're getting
look at here.
behind her.
Okay. this is an example. I don't know if you can see this. This is an area this is the plus.
Okay.
And then I'm losing everything. This is something that we use a lot of. This is the Cool Advantage.
Okay.
So say for instance, for your abdomen, you might need 1, 2, and then, or just maybe 1 or 1, 2. It's really, but this is our part of the stencils that we use or templates that we use. And we also have these little things, and that helps us.
You scoot over just a tad so you can be in there we go.
Sorry,
There she is.
I was digging around for my things. But there's a couple of different templates that we use that we can figure out what's the proper heads to use for your treatment and your treatment size.
Okay, perfect.
Everybody's
this cute thing. Just a shout out to Misty at the North Austin location. We love Misty. That's fantastic. How much time is in between sessions, like treatment sessions?
A month would be the soonest that you can do it, but I usually tell people around 6 to 8 weeks is good, because you might still be a little sensitive. It's not painful, but some people will tell me that, if they come too soon, that it was a little uncomfortable because it was just still a little sore. But overall, you can come at a month, 4 to 6 weeks.
Okay, we've got a couple more questions. These are really good questions. I'm loving this. What are some of the potential things, it says go wrong, but I guess what would be any of the potential side effects of doing a cool sculpting treatment? I guess maybe what to expect afterwards or something that you may have seen.
I haven't had any real issues. The only thing that I know that I do tell people that you might have a little transient, like sharp pain, and it just goes away. As soon as you feel it, it's gone. And just they might be able to have a numb sensation. Say if, like, I know when I did it on my abdomen, I leaned up against the counter and I was like, oh, okay, that feels weird. It was numb, but it didn't last for very long. It was just about 2 weeks. So really not much of anything.
Okay, perfect. I've got multiple questions here. So it says, I've done this with Misty before and I didn't think it was working, but you have to wait, which is really important because we've talked about that. It says, I've gained weight in the area, but it has maintained the shape, which is great, which is the point of cool sculpting. Can you treat the same area again?
Yes, it just depends. If in fact that there's enough pinchable fat. I have actually had 1 or 2 people that they just insisted they wanted to continue, and because sometimes I just have to say, okay, we just have to stop because there's nothing here. And I would prove it by, you got to put the hand piece on and it's suction. I couldn't even it wouldn't stay. So that lets me know that there really is not enough to treat. But yes, you can retreat the same area.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to answer this one. Any financial assistance or payment plan options? Sanova does work with Care Credit, and so if you are interested in that, that's something that we can talk to you about in the office. It's something easy to sign up. I believe it doesn't do a credit check, but don't credit check me. Or fact check me, I guess I should say. But we do offer some options in the office, and this is a great treatment to pursue that if that's something you're interested in. Cool sculpting cannot be covered by insurance. It is considered a cosmetic treatment. We were side camera, so we got you full camera now. Sorry, I'm reading and talking at the same time. Okay, so I do have an interesting one. Let's see here. A lot of things about price. So I'm going to kind of wrap up the discussion here a little bit, kind of talking about the offer, that we have. So it gets very difficult to discuss pricing because of the way that we have to do the consultation, because it's based on area and how many treatments that you need. So I see lots of questions about pricing, but what I will tell you is that it's up to 40% off your treatment cost, which is the biggest discount that we've ever offered with Cool Sculpting, and that complimentary consultation is going to be key to finding out what you can expect to pay. So that is great. Another thing that I want to mention here, and so what I will say, where did it go? As a reminder, you'll be receiving a text message and you'll reply with the word body if you would like to be contacted for a consultation. We did have a poll that popped up, but this is another way. So use the word body when you receive that text message, and we'll have one of our team members reach out to you to take advantage of this very exclusive pricing that will be ending soon. Another thing is that Cool Sculpting is with Allergan, which has a savings program or a rewards program called Ally. It is super important that when you do things like this, or Botox, or Juvederm, or whatever injectable procedures you do, that you sign up for these, because you do earn points for doing these procedures, which allow you to save on doing additional treatments in the future. And they also do have exclusive offers that they give out to people randomly. So that could be for Cool Sculpting. So if you've been thinking about it, or you've had it done before and you want to get an additional treatment, that would be a really great option. And they do give you those, they should be giving you those at checkout. There's a certain amount of time after which you've gotten the treatment that they're allowed to retroactively give them. I'm not sure what that is. But make sure that you're signed up and that you ask at checkout if you're getting your points for your treatment. And we also have something called Ally Flash in the office, where you sign into your app and you scan a code, and you could win a discount on Botox or a discount on Cool Sculpting. So lots of really great things. And then one final thing is, we at Sanova have something called Sanova Beauty Rewards, which is our own internal app, where you gain points by visiting our office and checking in towards cosmetic services, a free treatment potentially, exclusive offers for our events. So there's a lot of really great things that we offer. A reminder, we offer Cool Sculpting at our Bee Cave, Dripping Springs, North Austin, Pflugerville, and Steiner Ranch locations, with really great providers at each of those. And then obviously we have our beautiful and talented Cool Sculpting amazing queen here, Bridget, at our Old Metairie location. So yes, Cool Sculpting is standardized at every location. So that is one thing that I can give you. So thank you so much for joining us today, and we really appreciate all of your time, Bridget. Thank you so much for answering our questions.
Okay.
You guys have a beautiful one. Thank you.